Well, we are back, everyone. I believe this is episode 5 of the Southampton career mode here, and hope you guys have been enjoying it. Again, I keep repeating it's an experiment, but, you know, it's a fun one for me. So, we've got a couple of matches today. We've got the final 2 matches of the Premier League season against West Ham and Huddersfield. I don't know why I stumbled on that. So let's take a look at the West Ham lineup here. Juan Fran looks like an addition to the club. Any other changes? Luke de Jong, also an upgrade. Fabianski is obviously, I don't know if he's not doing well or just typical FIFA glitch, but he's on the bench. We jump ahead to the 18th minute here, and a couple of nice plays, some great passing from West Ham, ending in an unfortunate shot from Mark Noble, who remains team captain here. And again, to the 23rd minute, Southampton trying to make something out of nothing. The pullback from Charlie Austin, but he can't do anything with it. 75th minute now, JWP tries to sends a great pass that actually gets poorly deflected there for Stuart and lands right at Stuart Armstrong's feet, but again, typical Southampton, can't make anything good of it. 78th minute now, Felipe Anderson sets up a pass, gets it back as he continues his run, sees the open cross for De Jong, and wow, what a volley. Looked like the right foot. A great cross, maybe poor defending there from Southampton, but I mean the finish was perfection. As De Jong scores here to give West Ham a late 1-0 lead. Vestergaard, not sure what he's doing there. Completely can't blame Alex McCarthy on that shot. It was a great play, great finish, but Vestergaard needed to be there. De Jong gets the goal. Unfortunately, doesn't say how many he has, but presumably he's got a few this season. We're now at the 81st minute now. Manuel Lanzini in, sees Snodgrass, who then makes a quick pass to Luke de Jong again. Goal number 2 for de Jong here. Late in the last 15 minutes. It was pretty even until then. Although I don't know how much pressure West Ham had been putting us under at that point, but my goodness, not what I would have expected. A very quick pass from Snodgrass, and again, can't blame Alex McCarthy. It's a great finish, and that's how this one ends. 2-0 West Ham. De Jong, 2 goals on 3 attempts. He gets the brace, and the battle for mid-table supremacy in this case goes to West Ham, unfortunately. I mean, at this point, we didn't have much to play for. But I really would have liked, I mean, what I had to play for was getting a bloody win. Shots on target here. Yeah, it looks like we even outplayed them again. It's been a little while since I played this match, but 9 shots, 7 on target. You saw, I mean, I think that Stuart Armstrong opportunity early on kind of sums up the year. Not great ratings from anybody on the club. I think 7.4 or 7.6 is the highest from Jack Stevens. So West Ham did control much of the possession, but we do have to do better, again, on the finishing here. Before we go into the last game, we'll do a little bit of player development and maybe take a look at the standings. Obafemi still getting his runs out here for the training, along with Slattery and Valeri. And hopefully these 3 players can get a bit of a bump up. Yeah, Obafemi moves up to a 67. Again, this is a guy I really want to develop for the year, so hopefully he can turn out okay. Yeah, as we see, 45 points for Southampton, Brighton 45, West Ham now at 48, and so Europa League is essentially off the table as we get a job offer from Iceland. I'm going to praise the players before the match against Huddersfield, but I mean, I'm not sure they quite deserve the praise. Home match, Huddersfield, final game of the season. Let's start it now. So we're live from St. Mary's Stadium, or at least they were live from St. Mary's Stadium here as I'm doing the recap, so sorry guys. Fans at least excited, they're showing up. Southampton 10th in the table, -2 goal differential, 45 points, 10 wins. Can we add an 11th here, and can we ensure that we stay ahead of Brighton in the table? It would be nice to at least finish 10th. Starting lineup is the usual. It's a 4-2-3-1, or what has become the usual. Sims is starting on the right-hand side, Austin up front, as I haven't really been able to do anything with things, despite the fact that I like him a lot. Sims is a quick, pacey player, so he's somebody I'd like to use a little bit more next season. Lossell starting in net for Huddersfield. Aaron Mouy, obviously, in that diamond with Hogg and Pritchard. Depoitre and Boré, the two strikers for Huddersfield. I don't think I've seen Boré play, actually, so I don't know if he's actually a Huddersfield player or an addition through the transfer window, but let's just jump right in here. 45th minute, still 0-0. Huddersfield sends pass up. Mouy right in the thick of things. Or is that Schlager? Oh man, that looked like Mouy from... Yeah, no, I see Mouy on the right-hand side. And Schlager, again, that looked like another volley, this time with the left foot, sorry. And an unfortunate goal conceded by Southampton here. Yeah, it's another bad deflection. I mean, that's the beauty of the sliders. They create plays like this, but 5th goal this season for Schlager. I mean, he's having, I guess, an understated season, and a unfortunate foul there from Ryan Bertrand. Gets the yellow, deservedly so. Obviously, they want to win in front of their fans for the last game of the season, so the players are putting in a lot of energy and a lot of effort and a lot of pressure on themselves as Stuart Armstrong sets up Danny Ings here in the 77th minute. Tie game, 1-1. Ings is celebrating, but you probably should have gone to pick up the ball, my friend, because you really should be winning this match. Huddersfield is already relegated. It's a nice play, great control from Stuart Armstrong, and a good finish from Danny Ings. Earlier on in the season, those types of passes and shots would have missed the net, and that's his 12th of the year. But that's all we could muster against Huddersfield, unfortunately, as the fans look to be quite upset. Manager also not particularly impressed with his side. Vestergaard consoles what looks like Shane Long, as the season has stumbled a little bit towards the end. If you'd asked Southampton and you'd asked me, would we be happy with a mid-table finish at the start of the season, I would have said absolutely, but given where we were when I actually took over and started playing the matches, it's not a particularly impressive finish. Again, we lose the possession battle to Huddersfield, 56-44. They had more shots than us. Pass accuracy was better. Stuart Armstrong at least had a good rating in the match. Ryan Bertrand, despite the yellow, and Jan Valeri also had good ratings. But I mean, you can see sort of the running problem here. Most of our players are in the 6s. We're going to have to do a lot better if we want to actually compete in the Premier League here, because this isn't going to cut it. Brighton draws with Manchester City, so that should help us, but it looks like Leicester has passed us in the table on goal difference. So Leicester, Brighton, and Southampton all finishing on 46 points, fighting for 10th in the table, and it will go to Leicester on goal difference. So Chelsea winning the title here, Liverpool finishing in 2nd, United and Arsenal rounding out the top 4, and Manchester City finishing in the Europa League spot in 5th. Spurs beating out Everton for that 2nd Europa League spot, again on goal difference. So a lot of teams, I guess, stuck on the same goal difference, or on the same number of points, and actually beating out their competitors in goal difference here. So a bit of an unusual season, but Newcastle, again, losing out on goal difference. Wolves survive. Newcastle, Cardiff, and Huddersfield going down. And 2 of those 3 look to be pretty accurate this season. Fulham avoids the drop, and they probably should have with all the money they invested in real life. So, I mean, that's interesting to see, but disappointing about Newcastle, especially with Rafa coaching there. So, that is the end of this first Premier League season, guys. The next episode will have, I think the next 2 episodes will probably be live commentary. Next episode will recap the season, goal scorers, other trophies, Champions League, Europa League, etc. And the episode after that should be the beginning of the summer transfer window. So we're going to have some rules in place there, see how that goes. I'm going to try and keep this as realistic as possible, guys. So I hope you enjoyed. Sorry for the disappointing end to the season. I think at the end of this video, you'll also see I took a look at the schedule from when I took over on March 20th, and suffice to say, no wins, at least a couple of losses, and the rest draws, and mostly against some pretty mediocre clubs. Yeah, no offense to the clubs, but I mean, Watford, Brighton, Fulham, we should be competing against those. We did face United and Liverpool and Spurs, so I mean, that's something to be said. But all in all, pretty disappointing run to end the season, so we'll have to do better next year. Appreciate you guys watching, and if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, send me your comments and your feedback. You know, again, I'm just trying to figure things out, and hopefully you guys are enjoying at least the process of this. All right, take care. I'll see you guys in the next one.